My name is Ariane, and I've been working with problem horses for over 20 years, of all kinds. And another focus of mine is training for both rider and horse. Here, I support competition-oriented riders up to the advanced level, but also leisure riders in health maintenance and composure. Through my many years of experience as a recognized equine physiotherapist and osteopath, I'm in the ideal position to identify and solve problems on various levels. To make this possible, even over long distances, I offer online consultations as well as online support. This is a successful alternative to a personal visit here at the farm, or even to the stationary admission of your horse. Yes, Filu is here today. Filu is here for a checkup and subsequent rider training. And I'm really excited to see what awaits me. This is Filu. During unloading, he was already totally calm, no fussing or stomping at all, so very pleasant. Now I'm curious to see where the problems actually lie, or what. Well, why are you ultimately here?
Yes, well, I wanted to have the horse checked out because he has quite a few problems with tensing up while riding. He's also skittish when it gets loud. As a young horse, he must had some bad experiences, unfortunately. But I've had him from the ground up. I've had him since he was 4. And we started very slowly with him. And yes, now we can do everything with him. My niece also rides him, and he's working as a vaulting horse now. Exactly, he has problems with bending and positioning, especially to the right. I think he also has problems up in the pole area. And exactly, check the saddle, just the whole checkup. A complete all-around check.
And while riding, is there one thing that we should specifically address? Or where, after this session, you might want to know, man, if I approach it this way, then I can get the problem under control. Is there something where we...
Yes, well, I think with positioning and bending, especially on the right hand. So that's really the shortcoming, where he also tenses up quite a bit and where you always say, oh my God, why? And you always try to stay relaxed and all, but yeah.
In all 3 basic gaits or just in one?
No, mostly on the tri. Exactly, yes, and that he just runs more relaxed, that he steps more towards the bit. I mean, he does step towards the bit, but that you just...
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, what I would do now is I'd first take a look at the saddles. See if there's anything there that might be causing this, so that I'll already know during the lesson, oh, all right, I can't even ask for that because there might already be a limitation.
Yes.
For example, what are your general plans for him? Is it for leisure or a competitive sport?
Well, he's mostly for leisure, but I do ride in the occasional competition. He's trained up to level L now. I did it all myself, including counter-canter and dressage.
And he's already won an A-level dressage competition. Nice, yeah, that's great. Yeah, exactly. But we've also been doing a bit of jumping for a few weeks now, and he's being very good at it. Just for some exercise, but he's really just a leisure horse. Okay, right. Then I'd say let's get him out and take a quick look at the saddles. Yeah, and then I'd say we start with the riding first. Exactly. It's dry right now, thank goodness. It was raining so hard this morning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Now, well, in the winter, he lost a bit of weight, but he always does that. He's a thoroughbred type after all. And now, of course, he's put it back on with the grass and everything, which he misses in the winter. Yeah. But now I have to ask, the saddle, do you saddle him roughly in this position or further forward, further back? Whoa. So, okay. So come here, stand properly for a moment. Good boy. Yes. And here, if you feel through here, compared to the other side, feel free to go to the other side. Yes, it's significantly different. Here it actually fits nicely and there isn't such a big blockage. Yes, exactly. Swamped. Yes. Here too, right? Yes, of course. So if I now take my hand, move forward and pull it under, but don't lift. Through where the most pressure is. Okay. You can already see I've pulled the saddle back with me. Pulled it back a bit. Yeah. Try it yourself. Go down, move forward, sneak under a bit, then let go here so it's not lifted, and really feel for a... So you mean under the panel? Exactly, that's right. The area where the most pressure is applied is right here, just beneath the panel. I'm also spending a lot of time doing groundwork with him these days, working not only with the cavesson, but also with other equipment and techniques and so on. It's a process that takes patience and consistency, but it's really important for his development. And he actually has his own difficulties back there, you know? Okay, that's a good boy. That's his weak spot, I would say. When was the last time? February. The saddler is here? This past February. Did he adjust the saddle? And that one? Or did he adjust those? Actually, both of them are included here, so you don't have to choose just one. You get the benefit of both. Adjusted both. Okay. Let me see. Yes, all right, that sounds good. He's standing square now. Okay. So, would you like to hold it? You're also welcome to feel it yourself, okay? Major lymphatic congestion here. Is it? So the other side as well.
And then I have to do it with my left, right? Too.
Yeah. So if we picture in your mind now that he's currently in a right bend with his spine, talking about his posture.
Yeah.
But if he's supposed to step under here, oh yeah, has to go up. But here's where most of the pressure is. You can see he's going down. Yeah. Then he's also supposed to bend that way.
That's bad.
It's very bad if the main load is right here and it's so enormous that you're pushing the saddle back with it.
Yeah.
Right. That means he can't at all. If you want to ride in collection now, or something like that, it won't work at all because the main load is pressing right there.
Yeah.
Right. So that means this isn't a bad saddle. It's just way too long for him.
Too long.
So it needs to sit much further forward.
Yeah. And I specifically asked him, I said, what about the contact area? And isn't it way too long? No, he said it would be fine. It's a short horse, but it would be fine like that. Well, what can I say, right?
No, that's quite clear. But that's how it is for almost everyone, as you can see in the videos.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I always let them feel it for themselves. Right. That there's just so much pressure here. You can see it too. I'm only using 2 fingers and he goes down immediately.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, how many kilos I can exert with that?
Yeah.
Right. It's also in the cinch state.
Yeah, sure.
So that means a proper longitudinal bend isn't even possible. And if you look from behind, exactly from behind, it's not sitting quite straight on him either.
Yeah.
Right. And if he's supposed to bend in this direction now, then it already shifts over here and to the other side as well. But the bad thing is that the main load is also right there.
Yeah. With the riding pad, I don't have that, of course.
Yes. Right. So, and that makes it very, very difficult, of course. So that means it's rather suboptimal for him because he's so short, you sit too far back.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look from here.
Should I hold it? Oh, I see. From the inside.
Exactly. So feel free to step back a bit. Look right at it. You can see some very stark differences. Now, applying it to the horse, this side is higher.
Yeah.
Meaning this side puts much more pressure on the horse. And bending to the right, you said, is difficult because the spine can't move out of the way there at all.
Yeah.
Right, because the main pressure is on the right. So what you can see quite easily, it's much, much clearer elsewhere, is really here in this area, right? When you compare the 2 sides with each other, can you already see that he needs significantly more leg work on the right? And the whole shoulder and everything works more because there are many more grooves here than on that side. How does it feel to sit in that dressage saddle? Do you also feel like you're sitting poorly in there or being positioned wrong, like you're bulging out?
Well, sometimes I do, especially when he gets quite stiff, then too. Yeah, but of course, I can ride better in a dressage style with that one. When I jump with it, then
Yeah.
You ride a lot in the light seat and so on, so it's not like that.
Yeah, good. Now the question is, do we want to just take this saddle, or would you like to try another one to see if the problem is already gone?
We can do that too.
Yeah, we've quickly changed plans. Let's try out a different saddle. There, the main hook is really not back here, meaning it doesn't press down, the control is down. It's obviously not the most optimal saddle for this horse right now. But we want to experiment a bit, and since the other saddles aren't that optimal, maybe it will already give us some insight into what might work or which direction we simply need to go in. And that's why we're just gonna put my saddle on now. Let's see how the rider handles it, see how the horse handles it, and if we can already eliminate some of the paddlers. Does he have a nice pasture buddy who nips at him every now and then?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it already. Good boy. Like a little sleepy sheik. Yeah. Well done. Great. Good boy. Step up, hold against it. That's nice. Stand. Good. And hold. Ah, yes. There he goes. Okay, I saw that already. Good boy.
Oh, the stirrups are good. Oh, completely different feeling in this saddle.
Yeah, what I think you could already see quite well just now, especially after mounting, is that the rider hadn't even sat down yet, and his back, it really already went down. That's how it is. It started right away at a walk, so there's definitely back pain. I'm curious to see what the checkup shows afterwards. And how that alone is now after training, if we just let him arch his back to see if it gets better then. How does it feel while riding at a walk? Is it more like he's lifting you out of the saddle, like pushing you away a bit? Or does he invite you in at a walk and take you with him?
So at first, I have the feeling that he's not taking me with him, but the longer I ride, the better it gets later on, right? I'm noticing now that he's also getting tense, like right now. So he's looking over there and it's like, oh my God, what is all that? But it'll get better in a little bit.
You can see it from down here too, that he's really pushing his back up. That's why I'm asking, if you can feel that too. What I do in the walk, for example, is 2 or 3 laps on a very long rein. And then I start, even on the long rein, to incorporate some light gymnastics. That means, well, I'd say it's like spinal exercises for humans, where I start very gently. For example, taking a bit of contact with the outside rein and seeing if he follows me there, if he softens his poll and follows me there. If he does, I praise him. Then I know, okay, he's relaxed on the outside. I do the same thing to the inside. So I let the outside rein go slack and only take light contact on the inside. And see, would he also follow me softly to the inside? I always make sure to build that into this walk work, and whenever I take up the rein, I naturally have to give a bit more of a driving aid just to make sure that the hind leg still comes through as it should. This way, everything stays connected and flowing the way I want it to. So, and I'd like to try that now to see how he reacts to it.
The scary wooden horse.
Yeah.
He's okay.
No, with the wooden horse, I'd probably provoke the inside flexion a bit. Then he'll lose sight of it a little. So, and the question now would be, if you wanted to flex him exactly to the outside, and also hold this outside flexion for 3, 4, or 5 walk steps, what he would do then. So nothing's happening yet, and not enough yet. So exactly, maybe stop by me on the next lap. So right, because this long walk work is great for moving all the joints through. Simply. Good boy. So if I have the rein in my hand now, for example, and I say, I'm asking if he'll...
Of course you've got something in your pocket.
Right, so I'm taking him very lightly. Good boy. If he didn't follow me now, I'd gently continue the movement a bit further. And I'm waiting for him to nicely soften to the rein. No, so I'm not jerking. I take him up, and in this position, I play just a little with my pinky finger. But I don't let go of the connection. I don't release it. But rather, he should release it by honestly positioning and bending himself. That's not there yet. Right. If you look up here, he's turning his muzzle. But here, he's not doing it yet. So I'm telling him, man, I want a little bit more. And here I just stay and move my hand very slightly. Because then I'm just saying, fine, like that. Then I praise him. Then he has movement in there, and he notices he can do it. Many people do it. They take it up, then throw it away again. Then he only learns, I'll bite on it, or I'll just stay stiff, because there's no learning effect. Right. I tell him, come along, he's not coming down. I say, hello, come along. I reinforce a bit. He still doesn't react. I say, hello. Ah, fine. I do that on both sides so that then, when it goes into the work phase or into the light frame, that he has learned. If a bit comes from the right, I should yield to the right. Then you just save yourself a whole lot. And I check that, for example, during the walk work. Is the pole relaxed? Because only with a relaxed pole can anything go through. Yeah. Right. That would be the first thing I would do now, that you really sit on him and try it out. A little bit. I move the pole a little bit. Oh, it works great. Let it slowly go back. Do it in the other direction. Now I want to go one vertebra further. That's not enough for me, anyone. I want a little bit more. I'll say. Good. Without pulling, without a fight, but he must have the chance to try it out. What does she want from me? And it's always a little bit easier for the horses. If you really take away the connection on the other rein for that, so that it really flops around, so that they don't have a braking function there, then they try things out faster.
Fun, man. But I still have to drive with the left leg now. So I basically want to bring him over with the left leg.
No, if you want to position him to the outside now, you need the outside leg. Otherwise, he'll just go there.
Yes.
And I'm mentally punching him in your left waist, full force. And you don't let the punches through. That's how tight you have to tense up. So he's already relaxed there, but he doesn't drop down. That means I would now reinforce the connection, just a little bit. And I would very lightly, with the pinky and the ring finger, always spread over 2 or 3 beats, close the fist, so that the pressure basically increases. Exactly. And he's trying out now, what does she want from me? I'm looking over there, but he's also supposed to drop down.
Yeah.
That's exactly what now we've already trying. Great. Is he softening the rein? Great, it doesn't matter. I'll give him a cat. Let him go straight for a few steps again. Try that in the other direction. Good boy. Yes, Ed. Let's do it in the other direction right away, basically in the inside flexion. It's very important that the forward gaze is maintained. Otherwise, what just happened will occur, where it goes too sideways. That means, really nicely, maintain the forward tendency. Exactly. So now I notice that the rein is getting loose, even though he's not doing anything. So take it up slightly if he doesn't follow a bit more. So he gets to the point of trying. Exactly. And now I'm playing with this position. I'm massaging the corner of his mouth a bit until he tries to go deep. If you don't force him to try by giving in faster than he even does it, then he doesn't need to try anything. Yeah, exactly. He's almost there. You can already see it. Now, to get that last little bit, I'd reinforce it playfully again, while still, aha! Now he's coming, and now I'd praise him. Good boy. That was the right flexion, right?
Yes.
Now I would do the same thing to the outside. So theoretically, I think the matter is clear.
Uh-huh.
I want you to combine those skills together now by riding figure eights up here and always going into outside flexion while you do this. First, always an outside flexion. For one thing, it's the inside rein, which doesn't flex, is always sagging. And feel free to look where you want to go, because the upper body must be turned in the direction you want to go. Exactly. And now change to outside flexion. So, and the difficulty for the rider is actually that the horse doesn't run into the corner, that it doesn't shrink the circle. Great. Keep looking where you want to go. Yes, very good. So now the new outside hand is creeping in, very lightly. So the inside leg still has to be there so that the track is maintained. So take it calmly on the outside. Yes, and soften on the inside so that he has the chance to try. And ride forward and ride forward and forward. Ah, very good. And still on the outside. Exactly. That's it. So, and ride forward, ride forward. Exactly. Use your right leg as well. So slowly ease back in with the right and the left eases out. And ride nicely forward. Yes, like that. So I'll start with the outside hand because the outside hand is the contact hand. That's where they should yield so that half halts and all that become possible. That means he has to learn to achieve it back. Yeah. That wouldn't be enough for me now, meaning I'd make it more intense so he tries sooner. Use your right leg too so he doesn't go sideways. And ride forward. Exactly. So, fine, exactly. And just continue quite calmly. So, change your seat. I'm nudging the outside waist. The inside leg acts as a counter, so he doesn't drift inward. And I would take him more clearly on the outside, so he has to choose sooner. Ah, yeah, super. Yes, and change your seat and flexion again. So, yes, ride nicely forward, inside rein loose. Yes, and ride forward. Yes, and ride forward. So, and don't soften on the outside before he gives. Inside, completely loose. Just steer calmly with your leg. That's it. Each hand stays on its side of the neck. Feel free to take it away from the neck a bit. Yes. So exactly. Ask him. He's chewing and licking. Keep asking, will you come with me here? The result isn't enough. Because he's not doing it honestly yet, I'll do a bit more. But I keep the hand on its side of the neck. Exactly. I take it away a bit. From the neck? Super. Yes. Outside leg, outside waist, ride forward, and feel free to look right here. That doesn't matter. Yes, so. Exactly. The horses try everything else first. They first say, can I put my head up too? Can I pull against it too? But they also try giving in. So, great. Inside stays relaxed, outside super. So now I would do just a tiny bit more so that he, like that. Great. Okay. So now we're going to flip the script and do the whole thing with the inside flexion. But for this, the outside rein really has to be completely loose. It's not exactly by the book, but it works. That means always letting the new outside hand really, really sag. So outside away, really exaggeratedly away. And now just ride a circle around me like that. And take him on the inside until he truly carries himself, rather than letting go of the rein. The important thing is that you don't release. Exactly. Don't release. So then I see that the pinky finger moves open and closed in rhythm, in his rhythm. Try to spread this opening and closing over 2 or 3 steps. Only open your hand if he's doing what you want, which is the tendency to chew down. Otherwise, I don't give in. Yes, I'm nudging the right flank. I'm nudging right in there. Take up the rein. Yes, steady. Steady a bit more so that he has to come around. It doesn't matter if it's lost for a moment. Aha! If he releases the rein, you give. If he doesn't release it, fine, great. Yes, drive him out. Drive him out. Still steady. Yes, exactly. Yes, now he's chewing. Now he wants to. And then comes a change of hand. What he's supposed to do.
Yeah, that's really hard for him, isn't it?
Exactly. So show him the way even more clearly. Doesn't mean pulling, but fine, but keep driving, but show him. So, and now I'm waiting for it. Loose on the outside here, loose on the outside, otherwise it won't work. So I'm pulling. I have hardly any pressure here now. So, and now I'm showing the way by keeping a bit of tension on. You can see that too. So, now he's starting to chew. Now he's trying things out. Now he's softening. And then I can soften too. If I don't demand it, he doesn't need to try it, right? That means I look at what I want. How deep should my horse go? And I move my hand to the side as if I'm holding a lunge line here because I'm showing the way. It's exactly. And touch. Right, outside hand away, let it slide away. The new inside hand really goes to the side and shows the head the way. Later on, you don't have to do that anymore. Then they know what to do, and then you only have to use your pinky fingers. So, exactly. So, and I'm watching. Great. So, and then you can just see, boy, how much would he give in? That looks good like that. So, and as soon as that pull comes back, that he's pushing back again, I say, hey, I'm not going with you. You should stay here and soften the pressure. So great, go ahead and praise him. Good boy. Change hands. Outer hand away, inner hand sneaks in. Shift your seat, drive forward, and playfully show the way. Great. Okay. So this thing with the circles and the figure eights, keeping the outside clear, I'd like to do that at a trot now.
Okay.
That means rising trot. It might not work at first, but just stay completely calm. Do a circle. Go ahead and do it on the side that's harder. The exercise is the outer rein is slack, and the impulse is only on the inside. And give him time to figure out how to get rid of that inside pressure. And then maybe he'll run, maybe he'll put his head up at first, but he'll also say, oh, I can get rid of it if I truly yield. And then praise must follow immediately. He looks quite content. He's chewing nicely, and he's even going deep. Okay. So, and now go ahead and trot on this side.
Yes, we can certainly do that.
Right?
And then as a figure eight, basically?
That's to just get a feel for it first.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in this right circle now, right, so that the feeling develops first. And the only important thing is that the outer rein has no contact for this exercise.
It's just, you always have it drummed into you. Outer hand, and now...
We'll do that in a moment too.
Yes.
So how is the flexion and bend now? Is it light or is it heavy?
Medium, I'd say. So it's not heavy or light either.
And is it lighter than before?
Yes.
Good. So then I'd say just start trotting and try. Exactly. Great. To keep the inner hand nice and steady. There you go. So, and it's very important that the inner hand is controlled, that it doesn't move forward. Even if the goal isn't there, but also doesn't stay on, even though he's offering himself so nicely. He has to feel that when I yield down there, it becomes pleasant. Then the pull is gone and it just becomes very playful. I can see right now from the face that something's different.
Yeah. It is. So, oh my God.
So, okay, the exercise is now at the trot. Ride figure eights at the trot, very soft connection, and on the new inside hand, the inside hand creeps back in.
But I can now when I change. Can I take the inside one away immediately and the other?
Exactly, so that the outside is completely gone. These are just tests for feeling. So, and now we'll stay on a few circles on this side until the feeling is there that the inside hand is accepted. So when he gives, I don't need to pull anymore or have strong pressure. But then I just massage him. Then I just feel the corner of the mouth. Good. So, and if he wants to chew deep, then I can move forward. If I want to allow him that, then I bring him back together. Exactly. And now let's keep doing the figure eight. Always the 8. Outside is loose. Inside, you bring him in very gently. I nudge into the right waist, into the inside. So, and if the flexion and bending aren't enough, I'll get a bit more. So, how does it feel?
Good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So keep doing this exercise, okay? Outside away, inside in. Until the flexion is very easy. On this side, I would, exactly, so that it's just there faster.
Yeah.
So feel into what you're doing on the left hand now so that the flexion is there immediately, which might not be there when changing to the right hand. Feel exactly what the hand is doing, how you sit, where you tense something. When you make the changes, because to the left, it goes, well, immediately. You bend them right away. Not to the right. You're cautious there, I have the impression. Yes, very good. So, great. Super. Feel free to show the way inward. Don't always leave it so voluntary, but really say, so, I'm taking you on the right now, and you follow me. If you don't follow me, I'll make it a bit more intense. I'll take the outside away. Yes, exactly. Great. So the exercise remains. And now the next task is to add the outside hand. But as soon as you notice the inside flexion becomes more difficult than with sagging outside reins, the outside rein must go again. Is it getting harder? Yes. Then the outside hand is too firm. And now you'll learn how much outside contact your horse needs. As soon as the inside flexion gets harder, push the outside hand forward. Push it forward enough so that he can bend.
I also think that I was holding him too firmly with my left hand then.
Yes.
And with the right hand then. Yeah, exactly.
So then there's the saddle issue on top of that.
Yes.
So because he's going really great.
Yeah. I've got goosebumps. It's beautiful.
So great. And always feel into it. What happens if I open the outside hand a little bit? Does it go even better? Because it goes even better.
Yes.
So you have to have the outside contact. But for example, no one ever told me before how much outside contact you need to have. They just always say, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but ultimately, you have to give enough so that flexion and bending are also possible. Come on. So, and now he's also given his back. And that probably feels now as if he's fallen asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but he's taken much bigger steps and he's really swinging through.
So, well, I need him for quite a long time until he gets worked up really quickly then, just like before. And then he also finds a spot like, oh my God, I can't go past that. It's so terrible. At a show, he doesn't do that anywhere. He goes everywhere. But at home, he sees a leaf out of place and then it's like, oh my God.
But that's a lot, right? What does the seat feel like now?
Good.
Good, right?
Lots.
Yes, very nice. Looks very relaxed too. How is the third basic gait? Is it problematic? Is it less problematic?
No, not really. So trot is really our shortcoming, I would say, in general. So not in the canter, although he also quickly, as I said, tilts his head then.
Then I would say, now that we do the same exercise, but again with the outside rein away and the whole thing sitting.
Yeah.
Super. So, yes, and feel free to do the figure eights, okay? Just so that the outside rein is always sagging, so that he doesn't get dizzy.
He said, I'm probably more likely to get dizzy.
Yes, so the change of rein looks very, very easy. Yes, super, great, excellent. Yeah. So you're implementing that totally great. Also right away with the outside hand, right? Because the rein isn't really sagging at all. And you can't even see it. And yet he's completely soft. Yes, great, super. So how does it feel?
Good. He always used to run away from me like that when I switched from one hand to the other, because he's like, oh, that probably all hurts.
So now it's been really, really good. Yes. Super. Great. Perfect. So, exactly. Super. Keep it like that. Exactly. So, yeah. So that's actually always how it is. The control. Is the flexion difficult? Let me just check my outside hand. Yeah, so I don't see any difference now from right to left. Supple like an eel. Yes, very good. Great. So the only thing that I would perhaps still work on now while you're in training with me would be for you to sit more actively in the horse. You're swinging along really nicely now, but I believe that you can get even deeper if you imagine that you're very carefully massaging yourself into his back with your seat and your pelvis. That means you always try to push yourself one level deeper into a saddle. Very gently. As, well, you should just imagine you want to get between his vertebrae at some point. You should be the intervertebral disc. And you massage yourself in there really nicely, gently, and slowly. And then you can actually direct him. You can send him forward if you are a part of his spine. Exactly. And you can also slow him down. So, great. So, and maybe you can take advantage of this good phase to, first of all, on the better side, whichever one that is, just canter for a bit and implement the same thing in the canter. With the hand. Yes, super. So feel free to stay on one side so that the feeling is there first. So the outside hand becomes soft. So, and now it's time to get the conveyor belt moving. That means lean your upper body back just a little bit more. A little bit more. Outside hand softer. So, that's it. So keep the outside hand soft. That's it. So do you feel in your upper body like you're sitting upright, leaning back, or leaning forward?
Right now, I feel like I'm still sitting a little bit forward.
Okay, so try to lean back against your own back. Just imagine you want to lie down. There, now you're sitting upright.
Okay.
Yes. So, and what I see now that's slowing him down is, I think, that you're not actively pulling your pelvis up in front, but you're just rocking along, not bothering him. But you're also not actively telling him to jump through with his hind legs. I always imagine the hind legs are tied to my butt cheeks. And if I don't actively pull my butt cheeks forward, then the hind legs won't follow.
No.
So they're like a marionette. And that's what we're going to try to implement now. That means really leaning your upper body back and using your abs to push your pubic bone forward, with the idea that the hind legs are attached and have to be pulled forward with you. Yes, now use your abdominal muscle and pull it all the way through, because you are part of his spine. Oh, now the canter is already looking quite different. So, oh yes, pull it up nicely again. The pubic bone, really pull it up with your abs. There, now he's also moving up, ho. So, that's it. So, and I just hold this upward pull. When I do a half halt to trot, I just hold my pubic bone up once and exhale. And then you don't even have to pull with your hand anymore. Exactly. And then there's a change of rein and then canter on the other hand. Exactly. And immediately tie the hind legs to the pelvis again and pull them along. Yes, right forward. Yes, pull it right through to the front. Yes, pull the pubic bone up in front every time so that the hind legs come along. Great, super. Always keep looking. Yes, great. Self-corrected the outside emand. That's it. Exactly. And during the transition to trot, just exhale. Hold the pubic bone up once, swing them along immediately. Then they'll stay down nicely. Let the hands soften a bit right away. That's it. And the same thing for the transition to the walk. Super.
I'm already sweating.
I think the goal has been reached, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. The horse isn't sweating, but the rider is.
So it was really, really good, but it's also the case that you also implemented it super well right away, right? That's just for me. I'd say that's enough for now, because all three basic gaits were in position and bend. And I would probably look out in the future for the canter to just be a bit more active.
Yeah, then he comes from the hindquarters a bit more.
Exactly. So, and you actually achieve that by really going on straight stretches sometimes. And maybe pushing the hand forward a bit, tickling him a bit with the spur, or if the leg is enough, with the leg, so that he just really jumps forward. Then he just mustn't bump into the bit at the front. You just have.
Exactly, that's it. When I push him forward a bit or something, then he's immediately on it at the front. Doesn't come along from behind and slams onto the front. And then it's like, yeah, there's nothing more you can do, right?
So, and you get that when he's learned it. Like now, he's taken it on super well. It was, of course, an unfavorable constellation. The right side, I think, is also a bit due to the saddle that it's like that.
Yeah.
And maybe also that the outside hand was just too firm for him before.
Yeah.
Right, because he did that super well.
Yeah. So work on myself as well.
Bad anyway. It's not always just you, always the horse. Yes, but what's naturally the case is that you have a very elastic and good seat. It was just too inactive for me in the canter.
Yeah.
So to challenge him more, also in the trot, there just has to be a bit more activity yourself, right? And a bit grip. I think that's also one. You just need an L dressage so that you can see the tempo differences properly.
Yeah.
And that was a super great basis.
Yeah.
So really, really great. I was prepared for much worse. No, but it was really visible in the face, in the try.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on now?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? How nicely it goes. You did that very well. Great. No?
Horse is happy, rider is happy.
That's really good. So I don't know how he usually goes, but I thought that was really great.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, otherwise it's more like a bit of a struggle sometimes. What do you mean struggle? But you're then really somehow like, yeah, you just don't know what to do anymore. Then you think you're doing everything and trying everything, and somehow, yeah, but then somehow when you get a tip like that, it's something else again, right?
a little thing.
Exactly, where you're always told, yeah, the outside hand has to stay still, and yeah.
It was still just now, but just very, very soft.
Yeah, exactly.
Flexible.
Mwah.
Fine, well done. Then I would say, I'll just take a look at how you lift the head, do that back there. I think that's also saved them quite a lot if you do this a bit more often.
Now.
Because the saddle, it was always pressing in. You could see it earlier when mountain.
Right.
That he immediately hollows his back and runs off. But that's no wonder, of course. He hasn't yet gotten any swing through there yet. This is a very, very difficult thing. But I have the feeling that you could feel that. If you now go over the spine at a small distance, very slowly, I'd say I have about 1 centimeter. You just go slowly towards the back like that. If you don't feel it, it's okay. It's really hard. Try to carefully feel with your hand where more heat comes from and where less heat comes from by slowly moving your hand around. Take your time and notice the differences in warmth. You have to do that a few times, sometimes. Or just really pull it along. Good, stand.
That's good. Yeah. So here it's more.
That's roughly where you sit in the old saddle. And that's where he pushes away too. Sometimes you notice it very clearly. Now it's a bit harder because he's been sweating.
But I noticed that. So here it's not like that. And then it starts here.
And here it hurts him too, even though I'm going very lightly.
I had also wondered if the vertebrae are closer together here, because when I go over it, it sticks out a bit here.
That's normal, because the spine, that's why there are too many of these kissing spines back here.
That's why
The front part, for example, is the spinous processes. Tilted slightly backwards, so slightly bent backwards. In the lumbar spine, the whole thing is then the other way around, and that's why the crowding is simply there. And that's why it's so important to really ride them forward and down to always keep it nice and wide. If you naturally have an ill-fitting saddle on top of that, then it'll already become tighter due to the
sagging.
Right? That's a good boy. There, that's it. That's a good boy. Okay. You can feel here that this one has tilted. It shows the spinous process is pointing up like this, but this one is tilted in this direction.
Okay.
It could also be related to mounting the horse. Then everything shifts over here a little bit, right? But that's also the case if we were to put her old saddle on now, then this would be the end of it.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's simply stuck.
Yes.
So let's take a look at that in a moment. Now I need to check and make sure he's standing properly in the back. So what I saw earlier, I'll show you that in a second. It's possible, of course, that it's already corrected itself through a proper stance. Let's see about that.
And she told me that the left hip was crooked.
So he's naturally standing with his back legs out.
If you come from behind, yes, exactly.
I'm always in favor of you having a feel and see it for yourself.
Yes.
Up here are the pelvic wings. You can see right here. You can feel them quite well here.
Yes.
Then you place one, right? It ends up here.
Yes.
Right. Then you just put your index finger on it and on the other side too. Put your thumbs up and look from behind. If one thumb is higher than the other, for example, if you look exactly from behind now, you can see it.
I'm so short. Yes, that's the one. It's a little bit higher.
Exactly, even though he's standing with his legs out.
Yes.
Right, so that means if he stands properly, it will be even higher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what I saw earlier, though, here is the shoulder joint. That might have already corrected itself by now. Come forward. Yes, and half a step back again. Yes, good boy. Well done. Great. So if you take a look now from the front, I'm on the shoulders now.
Yes, the right is higher than the left.
It's higher there, right?
Yes. Yes, yes, exactly. The right side, the horse's right side.
Exactly. That one's higher. So that means the left is higher in the back and the right is higher in the front.
Yes.
That would be a natural crookedness again, for example.
Yes.
Right. We'll have to look into that. Of course, it could all be caused by the saddle. By riding correctly just now, you're already training, of course, because he's also learning to support himself when he carries himself properly and lets himself go. But if this part is already so stiff, then come on, lift it up. You just have to spend a few days. I'm taking the hoof now and just give it a shake. I'm wiggling it really gently. And I keep doing this until I feel right here that I can massage it gently, very gently, until he lets his shoulder blade drop down. This can take a little while. Now it's coming down. You could see it too. Now heave, letting it hang.
Yeah.
So we'll do that again in a moment. On the other side as well. So I'm just massaging. So now he's pulling it back up. And now he's letting it hang again. Then the bump right here really goes away.
Yeah.
That's a good boy. These are actually very simple things. So let's do it once on the other side. It's best to try it yourself once. It's always easier if you actually look at it. Right, don't lift it all the way up, but just let it hang like this. Just let it hang. And keep our eyes right up here. And we want this part to sink down. And for him to put the weight in your hand, so to speak. So not stretching the leg, but going down here. Exactly. I'm really, really getting in there with a bit of pressure. So, and then you can actually see it when he lets it drop. Sometimes it helps if you rock it a little bit down there. He finds the whole thing quite relaxing, at least.
Yeah, he always finds it relaxing.
Right. So then you have the opportunity for him to let it sink down on his own through relaxation. And then it just stays that way so that the lymph flow can drain away again. Exactly. Did you already feel something sinking?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah. Wonderful. Right. Just be careful he doesn't step on your foot. So, okay.
Where?
So, and then it's best not to let it drop, but really set it down carefully so he doesn't immediately out of shock. Exactly, like that. Oh, he's already relaxing completely. Okay? One exercise.
Yeah, for the front, yeah.
Yeah. Now there's another one.
Exactly.
So this one is a bit more difficult. You have to stand with a very wide stance. And really, here's the elbow. And here's the shoulder joint. I want to take a bit of the load off of him. Okay? And now I take the whole leg here and start very slowly to move it.
To circle it.
To move it with my pelvis. You have to do this carefully. Many people go through a very long training for this. That's why I say if you do it carefully, you can't really break anything in that sense. And I always try to get just a tiny bit further. And it always has to be like this so that he doesn't lose his balance. That's fine. Now I'm letting go. Well done. Once on this leg, is it possible that he can't stand on this leg for very long?
Actually, he can, but I think he's having trouble right now with the flies here.
So, you have to do it very calmly. The important thing is to stand wide and really use your pelvis.
And grab it like this.
Exactly, the pelvis. I have to, right there.
Exactly.
And now I'm pushing, so to speak. It's like a little dance with the pelvis, with the leg. And exactly, this goes in a bit and this goes out a bit. Oh, don't squeeze so hard. Wait, keep it loose.
Right here?
So it's not bent so much. You see, it ultimately only refers to the shoulder and the elbow. And then you see, boy, how far can I go out? How far can I go forward? Exactly. And how far can I also go back?
That's okay.
And how far can I go up? So you have to be very mobile yourself. There, we want to move that joint and go backwards.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing in the other direction too. Exactly. Calmly.
I'm really just stroking it out. I'm not putting any pressure on it. Really just stroking it out. And then I try the arm from here.
Exactly. Go ahead and do it calmly.
Just from here as well.
See, and that's also uncomfortable for them.
Yes, exactly.
So because this little piece here,
It just gets stillac.
exactly.
Exactly right.
So easy. Very nice. Great. So, and exactly what you can do now, for example, is that at that point, it's fine here in the front, but back here, it gets a bit stuck. So I try, for example, to hold this point longer.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be careful not to.
Yes.
So, great. How does it look in the back? How do you do that?
So really, Make, I massage the entire horse. So also back here, I also really do it from here, so that I'm basically standing here and massaging it away that way. I stand on the other side and massage it away towards here.
Okay.
Yes.
That's because if you massage here now, just take a look at what the spine does then. When you massage here, it does that.
Yes.
I'll try it. You can keep doing that. But that's, of course, the image he already has, which hurts him now when the saddle is on there. What he actually needs now is that arched back. Have you done that already?
Like backwards, basically backwards, so that I'm standing back here. And that you basically go like this here and then down.
Exactly. He's very bad at that.
Yes.
Exactly. So I wouldn't start up here because then you first have the.
The flat part.
Yes, exactly. And then this. But start back here, slowly. No, you can really tell he doesn't want to go up. He's actually tensing in the other direction.
Yes, exactly.
There, and like that, he's fine. So that, I just hold it a bit, so he stays like that. What would be important for him now, because this one vertebra back here is a bit twisted, is to also do this one-sidedly. That means it's naturally for the longitudinal bend. It's basically like a traverse, just while standing. And you achieve that, if I go along this side, he'll bend his hindquarters that way. He'll push himself like this. If I do it on this side,
He pushes himself.
over here, that means I have to stand on this side because otherwise he can't come over here. Give it a try.
But also start down here, basically.
Exactly. Do it here now. Exactly. He moves away from you. It's basically the same point as if you were standing behind him. Exactly, like that. He's stepping to the side now.
And ideally, he should stay standing.
Exactly. He should actually stay standing and just bend over it. That's why you naturally have to see how hard you do it. If I do it with a key or something else, of course, then he'll naturally jump over out of fright. So, and I would always prepare it a bit, make sure it's only a little bit. Now, he's already going then. Now he's yielding. And the more often I do that in both directions, to that side is no problem at all. To this side. So, and then I wait a bit and maybe straighten him out again. And then do that side again. It also always helps if you take the tail in your hand too. He's supposed to, right here.